G'day and welcome to another edition of Hef's Beer Reviews. Well, today I'm asking the question, can you get a decent Czech style lager that's brewed here in Australia? I've got this beer here. It's from One Drop Brewing in Botany in Sydney, and this is called the Chosen One. It's a Czech lager, 440ml can, 4.8% is the ABV. Does this can remind you of anything? Does it look like another beer? Well, I don't know about you, but there, in my mind at least, are definitely similarities between this can and this one here. This, of course, Pilsner Urquell, the original Pilsner brewed in the Czech Republic. This one's a 500ml can, and we're looking at 4.4% ABV. Now, these ones are quite difficult, unfortunately, these days to come by in my part of the world. Still brewed in the Czech Republic and imported. This one came to me courtesy of Boydo from Beers with Boydo. Thank you very much again. So let's do a comparison. Let's do a side by side. We won't do a blind taste test, but let's see. Is this one as good? Is there going to be a similarity in the appearance, aroma and taste? Or is it just the can? Let's find out. We'll start off with this one, with the genuine article. Pilsner glass, of course. Okay. There she is. We'll set that one down. The Chosen One. All right. Pilsner glass. All right. There we go. Look, two very good looking beers. Appearance wise, they are very similar. I think the Chosen One from One Drop might be slightly darker. The colour of the head is very, very similar as well. But as you can see, and admittedly the Pilsner Urquell was poured first, but there's a little bit more head on the One Drop version. Aroma, carbonation and clarity, very similar, both clear, little bit more carbonation in the One Drop. Aroma, okay, some nice bready malt coming through, but also a good spicy note from the Saaz hops. Yeah, that's your traditional Czech Pilsner. One Drop. Not as much hop. Nice bready malt though. Yeah, definitely getting more hop. All right, let's go in for the taste. The original. Okay, I'd say light to medium body, leaning towards medium. There's certainly a decent amount of bitterness to this Pilsner. If you are a person who drinks macro lagers, you know, Australian or American, for example, macro lagers, there's a considerable difference between the amount of bitterness you're going to get in one of those and the bitterness you're going to get in something like this. It's a very clean, crisp finish. A really nice spicy note coming through from the SARS hops. It's quite dry in the finish as well, but there's also a nice malty backbone. That's a fantastic beer. How is this one going to compare? Let's see. Cheers. A little bit more body. Sweeter. Not quite as bitter. It's definitely still got a decent amount of bitterness to it. But what I'm getting as well from the hop is quite different. It's not the spicy SARS hop flavour. There's almost a touch of fruitiness about it. Not quite as crisp in the finish. And not quite as dry, I don't think, either in the finish. Look, if I did a blind taste test, I have no doubt that I would be able to tell the difference. And look, by no means is One Drop saying that this is a locally brewed version of Pilsner Urquell, but I mean, look at the can design. They are making a comparison of some kind. It's definitely meant to evoke some kind of response and comparison with that one, but it's not the same beer. It does talk about using a traditional step mash, meticulously followed water profile inspired by none other than ancient Pilsen, traditional Bohemian malt and hop cones, water, European yeast. So solid and bready maltiness, yet pronounced hop character, and a crisp, refreshing finish. Look, it's a very decent beer, and if you like European lagers, then certainly. If you come across this one, then it's worth a try. But it's not this. Price point. So this beer here, I got direct from the brewery, but you can get it online as well from a few different retailers. And you're looking somewhere between $10 and $12 per can. $10 or $12 per 440ml can. These, Bordeaux picked me up a 4-pack, 500 mils, $22. $22 for 4 500ml from the Czech Republic. So in terms of price point, Pilsner Urquell wins. One more sip of each. Might as well give them both a score. There are similarities in the can. There are similarities in terms of the beer itself, what it looks like and what it tastes like. But it's not the same. And in my mind, at least, it's not as good. But having said that, it's the original. It's a 5 out of 5 for Pilsner Urquell. That is the standard in terms of European Pilsners, and you won't get a better one than that. The one drop version, it's still good. If I had it on its own, potentially I would, I'd be more impressed. I still think it's pretty decent. I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. So Pilsner Urquell, that's a 5 out of 5. Thanks again, Boydo. And the one drop Chosen One Czech Lager, that's a 3.5 out of 5. Still a good beer. There you go. Thanks for watching, and let me know if the sound quality is any better on this one. Just giving it a try with the headphones, see if that makes a difference. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time on Hef's Beer Reviews.